Today we're talking about solving equations with rational coefficients. So here we have an equation. And coefficient, remember coefficient is a number that's attached to a variable by multiplication, in which case 1/4 times x. Coefficient is rational, okay? It's not a whole number, it's a fraction. First thing I want to do with solving this, I might change the order a little bit. We're still going to have 8 over there, but let's say x times 1/4. Now, when we're trying to solve these equations, we always want to get the variable, in this case x, by itself, which means we need to undo multiplication of 1/4, which would mean we have to take it times its reciprocal. If you guys forget the reciprocal, we just flip them, okay? Take it times 4/1. Now if we do something to one side of an equation to keep it balanced, we have to do it to the other side. I'm going to write it like this. And just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to write that 8 as 8/1. That's still 8, but writing as 8/1 makes it a fraction, so a bit easier to deal with. Now, looking at this side, what's going to happen? Okay, we're multiplying two fractions. When we're multiplying two fractions, that means we can cross cancel. 4/4 is going to simplify to 1/1. X times 1 times 1. All we're going to have left on this side is x. Here, again, we have a denominator of 1. So 1 times 1, we have a denominator of 1, which means whatever our numerator is what our answer is going to be. 4 times 8 is 32. X equals 32. That's a simple example. So let's go a couple examples that might be a little bit more confusing. Here, this first example, we see that -4 equals 0.5x. Now, again, instead of dividing by 0.5, I'm going to rewrite this first. You guys don't have to do it this way. Maybe you can see to get rid of 0.5, we're just going to have to take it times 2. But if you can't see that right away, watch this. I'm going to rewrite, keep that side all the same. I'm going to take the x, and instead of saying x times 0.5, I'm going to take x times 1/2. Now remember, we're multiplying, so I can change the order. I just move the x up front. And 1/2 is the same as 1/2. 0.5 is half, right? Just like 1/2 is half. Now we're going to set this up the same way as last time. Take the reciprocal, 2/1 and 2/1. That is 4/1. This side, we have some cancellation going on. And if we go down, x times 1 times 1, we're going to have x equals 1 times 1, okay? 2 times -4. A positive times a negative is going to give us a negative answer. 2 times 4 is 8. Our answer is -8. Here we have a little bit more complicated one. What's different this time is we have two mixed numbers instead of fractions or integers. First thing we're going to do with these, because we know we're dealing with multiplication and division, we don't want mixed numbers. We're going to want to make improper fractions. If you guys remember, maybe you see a little thing like this, times plus. We're going to take 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 1 is 7. We're going to get -7/3. Do the same thing over here, times and plus. And in the same step, I'm going to switch this order. I'm going to put x in first, times 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7. 7/4. Now this looks like something that we've been managing. All we have to do, take those mixed numbers, turn them into improper fractions. We want to get rid of multiplication of 7/4. We're just going to use that reciprocal again. 4/7. You got to do the same thing to the other side. Now remember that we're multiplying a negative number. We're not timesing, subtracting. This is a negative number. So maybe I could write these in parentheses. If you guys are having trouble remembering, instead of using that multiplication dot, use parentheses, right? So over here, 4 and 4, we get some cross canceling. 7 and 7, we get some cross canceling. All we have left, a bunch of 1s. Over here, we do get some cross-canceling. 4 and 3 are not going to cross-cancel. 7 and 7 will. So let's see what we get for an answer here. This side we have x times 1 times 1. All we have left over there is x. Over here, 1 times 3. We're going to have a 3 on bottom. 4 times 1 is a 4. Just like last time, a positive times a negative, our answer is going to be negative. X equals 4/3, or you could write this as negative 1 and 1/3 if you want to change it back into a mixed number. There you go.